People are able to gain over 100,000 followers within 24 hours on TikTok all the time. And if you follow these steps in this video and you don't skip a single one, you can also get 100,000 followers on TikTok within 24 hours. Now, the number one step is to focus on what already works on TikTok. You don't want to reinvent the wheel here. You don't want to try and do something new that you're not sure if it's going to work or not. You're just going to be wasting your time and you're going to be burning out if you are doing this. You could be successful doing this, just throwing darts at the board, trying a ton of stuff, not knowing if it's really going to work, and then something may actually work, but you're going to be a lot more successful if you're able to go onto the TikTok platform, look at what is already working, do your own spin on that. Don't copy it exactly, put your own spin on it, put your own personal touch to that, and then posting content that you know already works on the platform. That way you also know that there's going to be people who are interested in this content. Also, TikTok already has people who are interested in this type of content. And then all you need to do is improve it a little bit, put your own little personal spin, and that'll set you up to make sure that your content will actually perform well. Step number 2 is to be very content focused. I see people all the time focusing on hashtags and growth hacks. And while these may be important, and they actually are a little bit important, the content is what is actually going to make you go viral. It's what's going to make people actually want to follow you. It's going to be what actually makes you grow on the platform. People are not going to follow you because of the hashtags you use. Instagram is not going to put you on the For You page because of the hashtags you use. That's just a tool to help them categorize you with other content and to make sure that they actually know what kind of people to put you in front of. So that's a tool for TikTok to actually use, but that's not going to put you on the For You page. The only thing that is going to put you on the For You page is having good content, a good hook, a good story, actually good value within your content. We're going to get into things like hashtags and growth hacks, but content is the number one thing that you need to be focusing on, especially right off the back if you are just now getting started, or if you've been doing this a long time. Take a step back. Stop focusing on the growth hacks and the hashtags and all the technical aspects of things and look more at the content side. Putting the same amount of effort into content as you would hashtags or growth hacks is going to help you grow a lot more. I just want to step in real quick and say that I do have a social media marketing agency where we help our clients grow. It is a done for you service. So all you need to do is reach out to me. I'll share some of the details with you. You can see if it's a good fit for you. We'll actually take the account while you're in it as well. We'll work together and we'll help grow your account. It's all done for you. It's not a course or anything where the knowledge may not apply to you. We actually do the work to help you grow. If you may be interested in this, my email is down below. Shoot me an email and we'll see if my service is right for you. The number 3 step is to have a call to action. You need people to actually click the follow button, right? So you need people to actually follow. That's going to help you in the algorithm. That's going to tell TikTok that your content is good content and that they should be showing it to more people on the For You page. Now, if people are already following you, then they should be sharing that with their friends. So you do need a call to action on your content. You don't just need people to watch the whole thing through, which you do need a good amount of watch time, which we'll get into that in a little bit, but you also need them to take an action on your content. Get them to follow so that you get more followers, but that's also an indicator to TikTok that is good content, that you have good content and they need to share it to more people. And if they're already following, they should be sharing your content. So make sure you throw something in your TikTok video where you tell them to either follow or share. Just you saying that will be incentive enough for them to actually take those actions if they are into your content. Another good key to success on all platforms, but TikTok especially, is to make sure that you use their new features and new filters when they actually come out with them. They'll see that you are trying this out and it will actually benefit you. Plus, if you're the first one to try out these features, it'll look brand new and it won't be already saturated. So when people see it, it'll feel fresh, it'll feel new, which means that it'll perform a lot better. Be up to date on the new features and filters that are coming out. I think one of the new filters that came out recently is the green screen brush. So if you haven't played with that, play around with that, and then be on the lookout for all the new filters and features that TikTok rolls out with. Step number 5 is aiming to make sure that you get at least 20 seconds of playtime on your video. So if you're doing a 20-second or less long video, you need 100% retention on that video. If you get more than 100% because you make it loop through, people can't tell. People have been using tricks like that for a very long time where it loops to the beginning again, so you can't really tell where the beginning and the end is, to keep people on the video for a little bit longer and give them over that 100% watch time. That is a great strategy. Now, if you're 20 seconds or less, you need 100% retention on the whole video. Let's say you're doing a 40-second video, you're gonna need about 50% retention on the video. If you go up to a minute, you should probably be getting more than 20 seconds, so that's less than 50% of your video being watched. Obviously, the more time that people watch your video, the better. So you want people to stick around throughout the whole video. And we're going to talk about tricks to actually make this happen a little bit later in this video. But to go viral, you need at least 20 seconds of retention on your video. Now, that may be a long time on TikTok because we started out with the 15-second videos, but 20 seconds is definitely doable if you have a good hook and you can keep them interested in your video for that 20 seconds. Step number 6. Now, this is to be consistent and never give up. The longer that you play with all these strategies, the more you are going to learn. I am a big fan of messing up, doing things completely wrong, learning what works, learning what doesn't. You can't learn what works without learning what doesn't. So the more things that you mess up, the more you're going to learn about what works and what doesn't. Now, if you go back to the beginning and you focus on what already works, you'll be 10 times more likely to not have to reiterate this process of failing a million times, because you are looking at stuff that's already working, putting your own spin on it, so it is most likely going to work, right? Just make sure that you don't give up right off the bat. I know the beginning is the hardest part to this growth journey, so make sure that you don't give up right off the bat and you keep trying and that you are consistent. You are posting either every day, every week. Just make a posting schedule and stick with it. I would say 3+ times a week is going to be best for your growth right off the bat. Here's an extra little growth hack that I'm going to throw in here. Now, this works great with all the tips that I've already shared as well. If you have the time, what you can do is you can actually go and engage with people who are interacting and interested in similar accounts to yours. So let's say you're in the makeup niche. You go into other makeup accounts and you go and engage with the people who are interacting, liking, and following that account, and you go and engage with them to get in front of them. Now, you can do this with follows, likes, comments, any sort of interaction that will get you in front of that person. You will then show up as a notification on that person's account on all the people that you targeted. They will then get to check you out and decide whether or not to follow you. This works really well for getting in front of a lot of people, and we're actually helping our clients do this to get over 1,000 new targeted followers every single month. This is a great strategy to add on to all of the other strategies that I talked about in this video so far. Now I want to talk about how TikTok actually picks up the For You page content and how you can get picked up by the For You page content, because that is how you're going to go viral. That's how you're going to reach the most amount of people. And if you are converting people, that is how you're going to get the most followers in the most growth, which is what we really want. The number one thing, and we talked about this a little bit, is that the video needs to have a lot of watch time. If you make a minute-long video and you get 100% watch time from literally everyone that watches it, that video is going to go viral. TikTok says, okay, this video is really good. People are watching it all the way through and it's a minute long. It's going to keep people on the platform longer. We are going to share this to more people on the For You page. The number 2 thing they look for is if people are taking an action on your videos, on your content. So either they're following you, which we talked about before, or they're sharing it with more people. Comments and likes are also a thing, but they do not matter as much as people actually following you and people sharing that content with more people. If your content's good enough for someone to share it with their friends and family, then it's good enough for TikTok to actually share it with more people on the For You page. And if people are watching your video all the way through, they're going to assume that other people are going to watch it all the way through and keep people on the platform, which means more ads, which means more revenue, which means that their platform does better. So with those criteria in mind for how TikTok actually picks the For You page content, let's actually talk about this checklist that I put together for how to go viral on TikTok. Number 1 on the checklist is make sure there's actually going to be an audience for the content that you are creating. So before you put in the work into a video or even a TikTok account as a whole, make sure that the topic that you're going to be making content on has enough people interested in that topic for you to actually go viral. Now, you could just pick a different topic if there is not enough people, something that is similar that you can then transition in and do something more broad or more niched or a different topic that is not as well received. But if you don't have an audience to make this topic for, then there's going to be no one watching it. No one really wants that. So you should first, when you're first starting out, pick a topic that there's people interested in, that you're going to get a lot of views in, that there's already a lot of interest in on TikTok. Now, how do you do this? I have a little trick for you. Go into the search on TikTok, look up the topic that you want to do an account on or content on, and make sure that there is engagement on these posts. I would look for topics that have at least 100,000 likes on the top post. That means that they probably have 1 million or more views, which means that there is a good amount of interest in this topic. Now, this is also the kind of content that you can be looking at to see what works on your topic right? So you should be searching this, looking for the content that has the good engagement, that has the 100,000 likes on that content. See what they're doing, see what you like about it, see what you don't like about it, and then make your own content based off that information and the research that you do there. If you do this research and you find that the topic that you want to make content on does not have content with 100,000 likes on it, you should choose a different topic, a similar one, or maybe a drastically different one that you are also interested in, but just pick another topic where there's actually going to be interest in so that you can actually grow your account before getting into the actual topic or content that you do actually want to get into. That way you'll have followers and you'll have people who are interested in you so that you can get into this other topic once you have the following. Number 2 is the hashtag strategy. So my hashtag strategy is that hashtags do not matter. Now, they are a little bit important because they are a tool for TikTok to map your content to other content that is similar so that they know who to show your content to on the For You page. So when you're starting out, just put in basic hashtags that are on the topic of the content that you're making. TikTok also analyzes the words and the images that are in TikToks, so you don't even really need the hashtags, right? TikTok's really good at categorizing content into different groups with your content and other people's content, so they will be able to tell what other people are interested in and what your content is topicked around, and they will be able to show your content to people whether or not you put those hashtags in. But if you're starting off, I recommend putting in just basic topic hashtags so that TikTok has an easier time and they don't make mistakes, and that they can actually group you with the type of content and audience that your topic and content is made for. Number 3 on the checklist for how to go viral is to make sure you have a good hook. Now, this is gonna be the first 2 seconds of your video. Just get something that pulls people in. This is the equivalent of having a good thumbnail and title on YouTube. So my hook was 100,000 plus followers in 24 hours. That's a good hook. Now, having a good hook is just part of the equation here. You also need to be able to provide value and get them to be interested in your video all the way through. You can't just get them interested in the first 3 seconds. You need them interested in at least 20 seconds, but preferably your whole video. Now, what does having a good hook do though? It makes it so that when they see your video, the first 1 or 2 seconds, they're going to determine whether, okay, I'm interested in this or I'm not. Now, if you don't have a good hook, they'll just swipe. If you don't get to the point and you don't give them something to latch onto or something to look forward to in your video, they're just going to swipe and go to the next video. You need to grab them in that first 1 to 2 seconds so they don't go somewhere else. Now, the next step in this is to actually give them value or give them what you promised them or lead into a story that's going to keep them engaged. You can't just have a good hook, you also need to have good content and more value in your video. Number 4 on the viral checklist is to have a CTA. Tell them to follow you, tell them to share the video. Make sure that they know that that is what helped you and that's what you need, or if they want more content, or if they want more value, or if they like your content and don't want to miss a thing, they're going to need to follow you to make sure that they don't miss a thing. Now, this is a good time for me to beg for a subscribe. Please subscribe if you want more content like this. Leave a like if you did like this video. It's actually the end of the video. I hope you learned something new. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.